Welcome back, everybody. Today is day 21 of our health accountability journey. I'm the accountability doc, and I'm here to get you healthier. Today, I want to talk about the details and see how long it takes to lower your cholesterol and decrease your plaque burden, clean out your arteries. But before we get there, I want to check in on you guys and see how well you are doing. It's a whole 3 weeks. Have you made it so far? Did you get your fiber in for the day? If you're new to the channel, it's 25 for women, 38 for men in a single day. Not easy, but if you made it this far, congratulations. I hope that you've been noticing better energy, better mood, better digestion, better sleep, better skin, all sorts of good things. So just keep pushing yourself to see if you can get it to 30 days in a row and see if we can make it into a healthy habit that we carry on longer than just for 30 days. Last video, I talked about how eating enough fiber can clean out your arteries and get rid of that plaque. But today, let's dive back into the details and see how long it actually takes to lower your cholesterol and clean out the plaque. But it's important to distinguish between lowering your cholesterol levels, which can be measured with a blood test, and getting rid of that arterial plaque, which is that actual physical plaque in your arteries. The short answer is you can change your cholesterol numbers pretty quickly, but decreasing and cleaning out that plaque is actually a long-term physical structural process that takes a long time. So let's talk about lowering your cholesterol. This can happen within weeks to months. So if your goal is to lower your cholesterol, that LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, you can see these results pretty quick. Most doctors and clinical studies suggest that changing your diet and adding more fiber can significantly lower your cholesterol in as low as 3 to 6 weeks. So you get your blood test. 3 to 6 weeks later, your LDL will likely decrease as long as you eat a good, healthy fiber diet. When you're consistently eating enough soluble fiber like oats, beans, psyllium husk, the Metamucil supplement, you are mechanically preventing cholesterol absorption every day. That filter effect that I talked about in my previous video starts to work very quickly. Your liver responds by getting rid of the extra LDL and the bad cholesterol by making more bile acids. Now, let's talk about your plaque. This is going to take longer. We're talking somewhere between months to years, right? It's the hard truth. The plaque that builds up in your arteries, it's not like grease in a pipe that you can just flush out with a bowl of oatmeal. Because once that plaque forms, it's called atherosclerosis. It's kind of part of that wall, and there's no scrubbing mechanism that you have in your body. However, a fiber-rich diet can still make a massive difference in how that plaque forms and behaves. The first step in treating this plaque, it's to stop it from growing and making it bigger and bigger. When you make it bigger and bigger, it's dangerous because it can clog the flow and it can break off. If it clogs up the flow in your heart, that can cause a heart attack. If it breaks off and blocks off the flow of blood in your brain, that causes a stroke. If you eat a high fiber diet, it'll decrease inflammation and it'll stabilize the plaque, if you will, making it less likely to break and accumulate further. And this process starts as soon as your inflammation levels drop. Some studies have shown that with long-term, consistent, heart-healthy diets, exercise, and sometimes medications, people have seen modest reduction in their plaque burden. It doesn't happen in weeks. It happens over months to years with consistent, high-quality eating. So to recap, if your goal is to simply lower your LDL, that can take, again, 1 to 3 months. Very achievable with a consistent fiber diet. Stabilizing your plaque and decreasing that plaque burden, getting rid of it, can take months to years. Bring down that inflammation, make sure it doesn't grow, and then over time, your body will decrease your plaque burden. However, it requires a long-term, sustained, consistent lifestyle change. We're talking good diet, exercise, over a long period of time. But don't get discouraged if you don't see clean arteries or a great LDL number in months. Some people, it just takes longer, takes time, and it takes consistent change. So let's push ourselves. Let's see if we can make it to 30 days and see how your LDL numbers change if you're following your blood work. If it's not building further plaque, you're making the right step in the right direction. And then the next step is to slowly decrease that plaque burden and clean out your arteries. But that takes time. So let's try to do what we can one step at a time. Being realistic here is important. That's all I have for today. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, give it a like, thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions or concerns. We've made it a whole 3 weeks in our health accountability journey. Let's get to 30 days and see how we feel. I hope that you've been feeling a lot better so far if you made this change to just add a little extra fiber into your diet. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.